A Tales of the Underworld trailer just dropped, and I will say this is
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
as no one saw this coming. But Asajj Ventress is back training some new kid Jedi, while also fighting off some new Sith Lord / Inquisitor, and Cad Bane gets his own prequel story as he is out for revenge on his best friend. Yeah, that's right. Tales of the Underworld will follow Asajj Ventress and Cad Bane, two bounty hunters, in a 6-episode series that premieres on Disney Plus on May 4th. Now, why is this show not called Tales of the Bounty Hunter? Is it possible that Lucasfilm is trying to cover up the recent news of George Lucas's canceled Star Wars Underworld show? The same way that Disney made a Frozen animated movie to cover up the... Okay, maybe now's not the time to talk about that, because we got an insane trailer to get to, so without further ado, let's break this thing down. Hang on, this is Mike from the future. I've already finished editing this video, and I had to go back and put this in. The identity of this mysterious kid in this trailer could connect everything. Mike from the future will be back again in the breakdown. Now, before I start, I gotta explain a couple things. Tales of the Underworld is much like Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Empire, as it will follow two separate characters, Asajj Ventress and Cad Bane, and those two characters will exist in two different time periods in the Star Wars timeline. Asajj Ventress's arc will take place after Order 66 during the time of the early Empire, and the Cad Bane arc will take place before, and that's why he looks so different and younger in this trailer. So it's not like these two characters' paths are going to cross in this series. It's the same as Tales of the Jedi with Ahsoka Tano and Count Dooku. Their stories are completely separate, but they're both tales of a Jedi. So in this trailer, we're going to see a lot of flashing back and forth between the time periods of Asajj Ventress post-Order 66 and Cad Bane before Order 66. Okay, let's break this thing down. It starts with Asajj Ventress.
Just do as I say. Never can be too cautious with strangers out here.
We got some sort of farm in the middle of the desert, sound familiar, with B-1 battle droids protecting it. I think this is where Asajj Ventress is going to be in hiding after Order 66. Either that, or she's looking for someone here. But this location does pop up again later on in the trailer.
Then again, you're no stranger, Lady Ventress.
So we did just recently see Asajj Ventress in The Bad Batch Season 3 as she tried to train Omega in the ways of the Force. This came to the surprise of many as fans thought Asajj Ventress was dead, because in this canon novel, Dark Disciple, she dies. Well, all that changed this time last year in The Bad Batch Season 3 when she made her triumphant return with a yellow lightsaber that we see in this trailer.
We got a problem here. Just saw him right in.
What's the situation?
So now we get a younger Cad Bane. The visual differences here are obvious, as he hasn't really been shot in the head yet. In the Clone Wars, there's a deleted scene where Cad Bane and Boba Fett have a showdown. It ends with Boba Fett's iconic dent in his helmet and Cad Bane having to get metal plates in his head because he's shot in the head. But that hasn't happened yet, so again, this does take place before all that Clone Wars stuff. We're pretty much getting the origin story of a young Cad Bane.
He was your best friend.
Things have changed. You took everything from me.
So we get a little bit of a background as to what's going on with Cad Bane in this prequel story. Him and his best friend had some crazy falling out as Cad Bane claims that his best friend took everything from him, and we see a little kid that looks like it could be Cad Bane's child. It'd be pretty wild if his best friend either killed his wife and kid, or if we're getting really crazy, and this never happens in Star Wars, his best friend steals his wife while Cad Bane is on some mission or something. Seems a little strange to throw that into the Star Wars story, but with a character like Cad Bane, who the hell knows? All we really know about the guy is that he's a cold-blooded bounty hunter. If he had a wife and a kid, that would change everything we knew about this character, especially if his best friend was the one who stabbed him in the back and stole his wife from him. But we do see this kid in the trailer again, so it does seem like the kid is the catalyst for this feud between him and his best friend.
Who are you?
This planet may be Nar Shaddaa. It looks like it could be Coruscant, but, I mean, Coruscant has a very distinct look to it, and this is not it. And Nar Shaddaa is an underworld planet where the Hutts and all the other syndicates sort of do a lot of criminal activity. So it'd be really cool to see in a Tales of the Underworld show a planet that hasn't really been seen much in the canon of Star Wars that focuses a lot on the underworld of Star Wars.
Are you?
I was Count Dooku's lead assassin.
So now Ventress is explaining to this little kid that we see right here that she was once Count Dooku's lead assassin. Now, a lot of questions are being thrown around in the Star Wars fandom. Who is this kid? Some fans thinking it could grow up to be Kanan Jarrus. I don't think so. Don't really see the resemblance. There's also a theory that this kid might be one of the clone cadets from the Bad Batch. In Season 3, we are introduced to these 3 kids. Now, as we know, these clones obviously look like the original clone, Jango Fett. The visual similarity is definitely there, but would they make a clone a Force user with a lightsaber? I guess only time will tell. He does look a little bit different, but tell me in the comments, do you think this is a new character or could it be someone we've seen before? Okay, stop again. This is Mike from the future. I'm back. So the theory about this kid and who he might be is Jod Nawood from Skeleton Crew, played by Jude Law. As we learn in Skeleton Crew that Jod was trained by a Jedi for a very short amount of time before that Jedi was killed in front of him by the Empire. Is it possible that this kid is Jod Nawood and that Jedi who came to rescue him and train him in the ways of the Force was Asajj Ventress? And this Inquisitor / Sith Lord in this trailer could be the Empire killing that Jedi in front of Jod? I had already finished recording and editing this breakdown video before this theory was brought to my attention. And it's so damn good. When you look at these 2 faces side by side, the nose is the exact same, the chin is the exact same. The only slight difference is the eye color, which honestly is a little strange. And the likelihood of Asajj Ventress being killed off in this show, probably not that high. But this does fit the story of what Jod Nawood tells in Skeleton Crew's finale. So tell me in the comments, do you think this kid is a young Jod Nawood? But honestly, I just think it's a new character. A character that might have a bright future in the Star Wars timeline, especially in the Mandoverse, if he gets trained by Asajj Ventress in the ways of the Force and survives the events of the original trilogy. Because we do see here shortly, he is wielding a lightsaber.
Lead assassin. I don't want that life anymore.
Now, we get introduced to this character with a red lightsaber, which immediately you're led to believe, because this is post-Order 66, that this would be an Inquisitor. However, this is not an Inquisitor we've ever seen before, and well, we've seen a lot of Inquisitors. So could this just be a new Inquisitor? I guess, but there's another theory that would be absolutely insane if you asked me. That this red lightsaber wielding badass could be some sort of ancient Sith Lord. Now before you go crazy and go, Mike, that's absolutely insane. There's no way they would introduce a new Sith Lord at this point in the timeline after Order 66. Doesn't even make sense. Okay, I get it, but we have seen this before. Darth Vader has fought ancient Sith Lords, like Darth Moment, because a Sith Lord has put their essence into a object, like a mask, and a person puts on that mask and the ancient Sith Lord takes over that person's body. I know it sounds very far-fetched, but this is not an Inquisitor we've seen before. But tell me in the comments, do you think this is just a new Inquisitor, or could it be something crazy like a new Sith Lord? Then we flash to the other showdown of Cad Bane and his so-called best friend, and as you can see, right in the middle is that same kid, possibly Cad Bane's child.
Bane? No one needs to die.
Right there. We've never seen this character before in Star Wars. To me, it looks like a Sith Lord. Got the Sith eyes, got the red lightsaber. It doesn't really look like an Inquisitor. And it kind of would be pretty repetitive if it was an Inquisitor. We just saw in Tales of the Jedi, Ahsoka Tano fight an Inquisitor. We also saw in Tales of the Empire, Barriss Offee fight an Inquisitor. So what if they're switching it up and actually giving us a brand new character? Not an Inquisitor. I know it sounds crazy, but it's just so crazy it might just work. Tell me in the comments.
Get them.
Again, 2 bounty hunters? It seems a little strange that they wouldn't call this Tales of the Bounty Hunters. Maybe something more to that, maybe not, I don't know. But if you called it Tales of the Bounty Hunters, you could do a Season 2 with Din Djarin and Boba Fett and others. I guess you could still do a Season 2 of Tales of the Underworld, but it just seems a little strange. Again, this is the time of the Empire as we see stormtroopers fighting up against Asajj Ventress. Okay, so back to this kid. He's wielding a blue lightsaber. First of all, where the hell did he get that? And second, is Asajj Ventress actually training this kid? Because Asajj Ventress is no joke. We see her fight Dooku, Ahsoka, Anakin, Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars. If she has an apprentice, well, let's just say
We will watch your career with great interest.
this character right here might be the key to this Tales of the Underworld season.
Get them.
In this scene right here, we do see Star Destroyers in the background. I think this Tales of the Underworld show has the possibility here to do what the Bad Batch was doing last year, which is show the evolution from the Republic to the Empire. As we saw them phase out the clone troopers into stormtroopers, and we're going to see the Venators turn into Star Destroyers. As you can see right here, as I move up a couple frames, you can see a bunch of Star Destroyers being built right behind them. So this gap in between the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy, where we see a completely different army, completely different ships, is being filled in by shows like The Bad Batch and this Tales of the Underworld.
You're gonna pay for what you did.
We get again Asajj Ventress and this kid training on this desert planet with that farm that we saw earlier on in the trailer with the B-1 battle droids right behind them.
This revenge, I hope it was worth it.
It will be.
The revenge, I hope it was worth it. It will be. I don't know what the hell that means. But it's got me pretty damn excited. I mean, these action sequences at the end of this trailer are so cool. Fiery explosions, lightsaber duels, blaster fights. This Tales of the Underworld show seems to have everything that we could ask for from a 6-episode mini-series. Tales of the Underworld, original shorts available on May 4th. Now, why is that May the 4th day very important? Well, first of all, it is May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day, but it also takes place in the middle of Andor Season 2. I bet that sounds familiar because Andor Season 1 had Tales of the Jedi right in the middle. So this is not the first time that something like this has happened. Now, seeing Asajj Ventress back and Cad Bane back is awesome. Cad Bane's my favorite bounty hunter of all time. This trailer also is far more meaningful than just the trailer itself. The fact that they released this 16 days before Star Wars Celebration means that there are so many more announcements coming on the weekend of April 18th to April 20th in Japan that we can't even imagine all the new shows, new movies, new games, new comics, new novels that are all going to be announced because this trailer is incredible. And if I were Lucasfilm and I didn't really have much going on at Star Wars Celebration, I'd probably save this trailer for then. But no, it's likely we are going to get some insane news in just a couple short weeks, and this Tales of the Underworld trailer is just the tip of the iceberg. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And like I mentioned, Andor Season 2 is also right around the corner. And Lucasfilm just dropped a trailer for it last week. And there's a lot of things that you might have missed in that trailer too. But that's okay because I broke down that entire trailer in this video right here.